Thanks for joining us on The World Now. We're staying with the war in Ukraine, and I have the latest updates as Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov has been briefing the media on the talks held with Ukraine in Turkey Wednesday and played down any hopes of a breakthrough. Now, yesterday, Russia said it intended to scale back its military activity in Kyiv and Chernihiv, and Ukraine said it will consider becoming a neutral state. The northern region's governor says Russian attacks have not eased in Chernihiv despite a Russian promise to scale back. Meanwhile, Ukraine's military says the Russian move is aimed at misleading its forces, while President Volodymyr Zelensky says Kiev will not reduce its defensive efforts. U.S. President Joe Biden is also urging caution, saying the West needs to wait and see if Russia de-escalates. On the other hand, the United Nations warns Ukraine is going from being the breadbasket of the world to teetering on the breadline as war nears 6th week. We have more updates in this report.
Face-to-face talks between Russia and Ukrainian delegations are showing some small signs of progress. Russia has made a surprise pledge to drastically scale back military operations around the Ukrainian capital Kyiv and the city of Chernihiv. But Russia's top negotiator insists that the promise made did not represent a ceasefire. Chinese State Councilor and Foreign Minister Wang Yi and his Russian counterpart Sergei Lavrov met Wednesday in Tunxi, East China's Anhui province. Mr. Lavrov arrived earlier in the day for the third meeting of the foreign ministers of Afghanistan's neighboring countries, which will be chaired by Mr. Wang. An extended meeting of China-US-Russia consultation mechanism on the Afghan issue will be held on the sidelines of the foreign ministers' meeting in Afghanistan. Pictures have emerged of buildings left destroyed and rubble-strewn streets in Ukraine's northern city of Irpin after heavy Russian shelling. Sitting northwest of the capital, Irpin has been the focus of intense Russian attacks for more than 4 weeks now. Satellite images captured on Tuesday showed extensive damage to homes and buildings in Mariupol. The private U.S. satellite firm Maxar released images from the besieged port city in southern Ukraine, showing whole neighborhoods devastated by bombings which began 4 weeks ago. The latest images released by Maxar also show the destroyed Mariupol Drama Theater, which was hit by an airstrike on the 16th of March. Mariupol has become the focal point of the war region in Ukraine. The head of the United Nations Human Rights Commission says thousands of civilians have died in Mariupol, providing its first estimate.
Scale back its military operations near.
On Tuesday, President Joe Biden held a joint media session with the Prime Minister of Singapore. Both leaders said they are focused on Vladimir Putin's invasion of Ukraine and how it could impact relations and stability around the world, and specifically in the Indo-Pacific region.
We'll see. I don't read anything into it until I see what their actions are. We'll see if they follow through on what they're suggesting. There are negotiations that have begun today, or not begun, continued today, one in Turkey and others. I had a meeting with the heads of state of our 4 allies in NATO, France, Germany, the United States, and
Op basis van informatie van onze diensten, die informatie nemen natuurlijk.
The Netherlands Foreign Minister Wopke Hoekstra says the country is going to deport 17 Russian spies. The group of Russians were registered as diplomats at the Russian representations in the Netherlands, but were secretly active as intelligence officers. They have 2 weeks to leave the country. The Russian ambassador was summoned on Tuesday and informed of the decision. And authorities in the Dominican Republic are investigating the continued presence of the Flying for Luxury yacht in Santo Domingo. While the ship was scheduled to leave on the 24th of March, authorities confirmed that they were investigating the ship and had placed the vessel under naval custody. It has been suggested that the yacht may belong to a Russian official with ties to the Russian President Vladimir Putin and thus may be under sanction, which prompted the United States government to request that the ship be investigated and prevented from sailing.